Is for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatem, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to today's edition of Pathway to Jannah. Inshallah, today we're going to discuss surrogate parenting. How does that sound? Are you aware of what it is? Inshallah, by the time I bring in my guest, we're going to discuss this in detail. Stay tuned for Vox Pop.
Hello, we're here on the streets of Lagos to seek people's opinion about our topic, surrogate parenting.
When you're talking about surrogate parenting, I believe that parenting that has a kind of experience that cannot even be written about. Fine. I usually tell people, a lot of parents, that their experience in bringing up a child is very, very essential in life, because the first teacher a child is going to have in life is the parent. So when a parent has adequate understanding of what it takes to be a parent, it's a failure.
Surrogate parenting or surrogacy, it's about bearing somebody else's child, taking care of them, supposedly as if they were your own children. People go into surrogacy for various reasons. Some people have not been able to bear their own children naturally. So, and since it deserves everybody to have a child for various reasons, they go into surrogacy. There are times that surrogacy comes from somebody else bearing your own pregnancy on your behalf. It also comes from taking somebody's already born child and taking care of them as if they were your natural children.
You're welcome back. The program is still Pathway to Jannah, and I have the privilege once again to introduce to the house Imam Sulaiman Fulani. He's Imam VGC Mosque. He is also the editor-in-chief, Deen Communications Limited. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Because the question I wanted to ask is that what if at a point, sometimes it's possible it's a contract, there may be agreement between the surrogate mother and the biological, let's say the biological mother in this sense. Are there legislations that can this dispute?
Allah says, حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ وَهْنًا عَلَى وَهْنٍ. Allah said his mother took the pregnancy difficulty upon difficulty. Who went through that? The surrogate mother, or the woman who is drinking tea at home. So the point is, it's a complicated issue. It's an emotional issue that people feel emotional about, particularly those who are dealing with infertility issue. I mean, some of these things is a tough thing for them to accept. But then we must understand that this is the Islamic stand on it, and this kind of procedure is totally prohibited in Islam.
Now, the way you have said it now, that the woman goes through pain, and is that actually the surrogate mother in this instance?
It's the surrogate mother in this
now,
instance.
Does the woman have any responsibility towards this child?
Of course. She's the one who gave birth to the child. She's the one who probably also breastfed the child. And, well, obviously, we have already settled the fact that it's an un-Islamic practice. But now we're talking even in practical terms.
Yes.
Even in practical terms, there is an emotional attachment to this child already. I mean, the only thing that the woman who owns the egg is, it is my egg. So,
not my child.
But this is the child, this is her child.
Oh, subhanallah.
So the one who gives birth to the child has a greater right to the child and a greater responsibility to the child. But of course, It's a monetary contract, because you give birth to the baby for me and I'll pay you. So usually what happens is that they pay her and they take the child away from her. It's unnatural. It's unnatural, and it is also somewhat inhuman, because I mean there is natural bond that it binds a woman who gave birth to a child. Then there's this incident that happened during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A woman and her husband had issues, and the man divorced the woman, and they took the case to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the man mentioned to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "This is my child. This is my child from my loins." And the woman said, "Yes, it is his child from his loins, but it's my own child too, because he carried the baby when he was light, and he gave birth to the baby with enjoyment, because when the sperm cell leaves the body of the woman, it is with enjoyment now. But the woman said, I carried the baby when he is heavy, and I gave birth to her with pain. They are not equal. They are not the same thing. They are not the same thing. So the fact that the woman gave birth to the child, carried the child, with difficulty, and delivered the child with pain, I mean, that's up her stake in the whole, transaction.
And we're going to continue that discussion with that when we come back from this break. We'll take a short break now to continue our discussion on surrogate parenting. Stay tuned. You're welcome back. The program is still Pathway to Jannah, and Imam is still here, Imam Sulaiman Fulani, to continue the discussion on surrogate parenting. Now, there is this way that people mix up surrogate parenting and then IVF. I would like you to clarify the difference.
Okay. IVF is in vitro fertilization. That is fertilizing the egg of the woman, sometimes outside the environment of the womb, and after it has become fully fertilized, then they return the fertilized egg back into the womb of the owner of the egg.
Okay.
This isn't. Well, on this account, some of the scholars mention that this may be permissible, but the more correct opinion, and the one that I lean towards, is the fact that it is still the same thing. Based on the point of view of the fact that it is, is considered to be too much exposure for something that is not considered to be a necessity. In Islam, having a child is not considered to be a necessity. Because in this situation, it's a necessity to treat whatever medical situation that is preventing having a child. But then, is it at all cost? Not at the cost of, doing certain things that are not, permissible in the Sharia. Of course, the one that is clearly, and there is no controversy about that, is using donor egg to fertilize, donor sperm to fertilize, strange, woman's egg, or to have the husband, take the husband's sperm to fertilize a strange woman's egg. These are clearly considered to be, haram. But then, like I mentioned, there is still a discussion among the scholars concerning whether, so if it is the husband's sperm and the wife's egg, now fertilized outside the womb environment, then return to the same woman. So the only issue here is the issue of undue exposure. That is the only area that the scholars have a problem with. Allahu Akbar.
with this surrogate parenting, what do we about inheritance?
Yes. One issue that is a fallout of surrogate parenting is the issue of inheritance. Who does the child inherit? I mean, the point is, okay, let's even, based on the assumption that the husband is the donor of the sperm. Now, the egg is the egg of his wife. The womb is the womb of another woman whom he has no relationship with. So in this situation, the relationship with the father is clear. We know the one. But now we have who is the mother? Who is the mother? The owner of the egg or the owner of the womb? So the point is that who does it relate? Also, we have the issue of even the mahram.
Mahram. That was the next. We
have the issue of the mahram relationship in Islam. So there are several complications. When we mentioned that it throws up the issue of mahram relationship. Islam set up a relationship between individuals based on either blood. There's some people that you cannot marry, then they can be the relationship between you and them. So can the kind of care you take with regard to your appearance is relaxed, in their own presence. In their own presence. So these are the people who are the female's mahram, and they are the males from among his, the woman's father, uncle, brothers, the husband, and the father-in-laws. These are, and the children. So these are some of them. Yes. But now the issue is, if the woman who is the surrogate mother, the owner of the womb, has another child, male, from another man entirely, and this girl. This baby that she gave birth to, on behalf of another person who is the owner of the egg, can they marry? Can they marry together? Why can't they marry? You will say because they are from the same mother. The same mother. So it means that she is the mother, right? Okay, the owner of the egg, if she not have another child through another womb, can they marry?
Very many questions to answer.
It throws so many questions, so many controversies. That is not likely that it could be solved. So the point is, it's better not to even go to that.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Thank you very much for sharing with us from your wealth of knowledge. May Allah continue to preserve you on this path. Jazakumullahu khairan kathira. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We've discussed surrogate parenting with Imam Sulaiman Fulani. We are going to the other segments that we have now. Stay tuned.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and you are welcome to Muslima's Delight of Pathway to Jannah. Today we're going to be teaching you avocado egg salad sandwich. So right here we have all the ingredients lined up. Get ready for this. If I were you, I'll get my writing materials ready because I know you want to try this to delight yourself and your family. So number one ingredient is your whole wheat bread. Ready. Your avocado, yes. Your eggs, already boiled. Walnuts, this is how it looks, but I already have mine crushed to save time. You need your lemon, mayo. You can make this yourself or buy from the store. And then Greek yogurt. So let's get started. Take your avocado. For the garlic, some people might not like garlic, but if you like garlic, you can decide to just add little to it, just to give it a taste. So I cut my avocado. Yep. You have to remove all this, so any bad parts, remove it. Make sure you remove it. Yep. And the peel. Do all of this gently. It's a nutritional meal, vegetarian. If you're the kind that likes vegetables, you do all of this. As you can see, as I peel this, the grainy part is removing. So, and it's very, very nutrition. This shouldn't be, I have to be deliberate with this. So I'm going to drop my knife and get a spoon. So I'm going to use the spoon to peel it off gently. So you remove this gently while retaining its nutritional benefits. Gently. Yes. Avocado, egg, salad, sandwich. A little. And then the seed. This is off too. Okay. Can we cut gently? Okay, so all the things here are already thoroughly washed. So when you buy, make sure if there's any bad part, make sure you remove them. Hygiene is very, very important. So, okay, done with this. Now we are to cut the avocado. Chop them gently. Still chopping the avocado. Remember, you have to chop this to the tiniest pieces. You can chop and keep in the freezer or fridge. You can use this as your main dish, appetizer. So we're done chopping. Then the next thing, I'm going to wash my hands. And then I'll get to my bowl and start mixing. Yes. To save your time, like I said earlier, you can chop this and keep in the freezer. The next thing now is for us to peel our eggs. Yes, that's the next thing. Delighting your family. That's what we're after. With the actual meal, nutritional meal. So that's the watchword. You take your time to peel your eggs because the chopping has to be intact as well. Now we're chopping the eggs. Take your time and chop them nicely before the mixture. Okay. Still chopping. Remember, hygiene is very, very important. Make sure your hands or the equipment you're using are very, very clean. I washed mine thoroughly. That was going to say anything. Okay. Roll it, right? Okay, so now we're going to add the eggs to the avocado, already chopped avocado. Done. Remember that we already have chopped garlic. So I'm going to add just a little to it. Okay. I'll be needing my spoon. Already washed. Yes. Our walnuts, crushed walnuts, don't forget. We add this to it. If the aroma I'm already perceiving here, my goodness, you can't just imagine it. Okay. So now we're going to add the lemon, but not everything. We're adding half of it. Half of lemon. Good. And then the next thing is our Greek yogurt. already. Here, 1 tablespoon, and then our mayo. We're going to add this 2 tablespoons of mayo. 1 and 2, ready. Then we mix. Make sure everything is thoroughly mixed. If you like fresh pepper, you can add to it. For me, I don't eat fresh pepper, so I'm not going to add that. If you do, you can add. It's your choice. Delighting your family. That's the thing. Don't forget. So now our mix is ready, as you can see. Looks yummy, right? I can't wait to taste it too. Okay. The next thing is to start spreading it on our whole wheat bread. Yeah, just a little garlic. Good. Mix that again. And then my plate, already thoroughly washed, but I'm still going to clean it anyways. So you have your clean plates ready. I take one and then I start spreading. You see, from the look of it, I know you want to try this. Does it take time to prepare? You see? Good. Let me fill it up. Yummy, yummy. Put another one on top. And then I spread again. See how I'm spreading? Anybody can eat this. You can use this for iftar, suhoor, either as your appetizer or main dish. Oh, sorry about that. Then another spread. Yep. Make sure all your plates are clean. I'm going to wipe all of this because you can't serve your husband, your kids, or your siblings or guests like this. Your plate has to be very, very neat. Presentation matters a lot. They say the eyes feed before the tummy. So yeah, it's very, very important. Yes, this is ready. Almost. I can decide to just top it with this if you wish, or you just start eating like this. Here, I'm going to use this. Well, for me, I can just take this 2 only. This can serve for 1. Depends on how big your tummy is if you want to eat much. So yeah, we're done with this. Okay. My bread to one side. Clean all this. Very, very important. Very, very important.
Now tell us how you can accompany this.
You can actually eat this because of the nutritional benefits, because the avocado has chlorophyll, fats, and all that's like butter. So you can eat this like this, or serve it with your rice itself if you wish, or spark. Yes, very, very important. And then you can cover this if you wish to serve other people with it. And then I get my serviettes. Wipe all this. Very, very important. Wipe this. You can serve this with any drink of your choice. Zobo, iced tea, or water if you wish. I like my water. That's my favorite drink. Anyway, so you can choose to just divide this after all this garnishing. Yes. You see this? It's ready. You see? Yummy, yummy, yummy. So you can try this at home, and when you do, endeavor to take pictures and tag us on social media at EMS Media Company Limited on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
You're welcome back. The program is still Pathway to Jannah. Hope you enjoyed the last segment that we had. Earlier on, we had Imam Sulaiman Fulani discussing surrogate parenting. The stand of Islam on this is a wrong, and we should not take to it. Because whoever Allah is destined to have a child would definitely have it. We should not exploit other means that Islam frowns at because we want to have this child. If we go back to history, we know that not all couples in history, even among the prophets and Aisha, nothing came out of that marriage as a child. So we have an history of those who never had any. We should not resort to things that are wrong because we're definitely going to live here one day and meet our Lord. Till we meet, inshallah, same time, same station, where we'll learn to be on this path to Jannah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Every second I live, every penny I give is just for you. Every breath I breathe, every trace I leave is just for you.